have none other than beautiful Sesu Mubayi. She's a lawyer, a nurse, and a charity work organization owner. Sesu, welcome to Ngaliezi.
Thank you for having me.
And you look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I'm jealous. Sesu, can you please give us a brief background about your organization?
Chiedza Sesu is an organization that is there to foster changes and transforming lives of people that are living with visual impairment and physical disabilities.
You know, many people are usually on the receiving end, but what drove you to venture into charity work, and who are the beneficiaries of the charity work?
My mother lost her vision at the age of 85, and I live in Canada. I don't live with her physically, so it was a challenge taking care of her when she had lost her sight. That's when I realized how challenging it is living with a disability, and I feel I'm living with a disability myself because I'm a mother's caregiver.
Oh, I'm sorry about your mom. I'm touched actually, and also inspired. So what exactly are you doing to empower people living with disabilities in Zimbabwe? Is it only those who cannot see, or do you have a specialty of the type of disability? Or
to start with, at the beginning it was only about blind people because my mother had gone blind. I met this young man, John Monodawafa. That's what inspired me to get into this work, realizing his challenges. He was in the University of Zimbabwe studying journalism, and because he is visually impaired as well, he needed a laptop that is used for Braille, and he didn't have one, so which meant that he couldn't go ahead with his studies. That touched me, and I decided to buy him a laptop. That was my first gesture to people living with disabilities. And then things moved from one step to another. We didn't kind of like sit down and say, now we are doing Chiedza. No, this was God inspired.
Wow. So the name Chiedza Sesu, what inspired that name, and how big is the organization?
Realizing the challenges that are there for people in these communities, I decided that if there was somebody to break that cycle of poverty and bring in a brighter day for them, this was me. So Chiedza is a new dawn for someone each day.
Aww.
So if someone who didn't have crashes get crashes today, it's Chiedza for them.
I know you mentioned that your mom made you take the big step to looking into disabilities, but who really do you look up to for inspiration? I'm sure every day there is that drive. Where does it come from?
Growing up, we knew about Jairus Chiri, and we knew that he took care of people that had physical disabilities and blind people as well, and it became a big family. As far as I know from my research, it was a huge organization, and I have always wondered, who is this Jairus Chiri? How does that happen? How can you come up with such a huge project in taking care of people as an ordinary person? And there I am.
You know, Sesu, I want to take this moment to salute you. You're a lawyer, a nurse, and now you're into charity work. I salute you, and I'm inspired as a woman too. How do you balance the three?
You know, what I always say is, it's not out of our own doing. God has plans for each one of us. And for Chiedza was in the stomach for 2 years. Was only born 2 years later because I was trying to fight it. Like, no.
What is that?
No.
Is it
until I finally got the push and I accepted the call.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So we thank God for all these inspirations and where you are today.
Thank you.
So what are some of the challenges that you faced in setting up this organization?
I'm setting up this organization from outside Zimbabwe, and we have about 9 hours time difference. So when you guys are sleeping, we are up, and when I'm supposed to sleep, you guys are up. So now I have to communicate with my team here in Zimbabwe. So I work in both worlds. How do I do it? Again, I'll say it's God. But mainly, if you have motivation, you can do it.
You can do it.
So the drive is there within me. The motivation is there with me. And I've been managing so far, although there are challenges here and there.
So let me get this right. When we're talking about Chiedza Sesu, is it a Canadian setup online, or it is also here in Zimbabwe as an organization? I'm sure people need to get that right.
Chiedza is physically in Zimbabwe. We do have an office in Murombezi. So maybe if I can take you a step back, is how it became. Like I said, Chiedza was in conception 2 years ago and was born last year in July, at the end of July, August. It was for myself and John Munudawafa, and we intended to help people with visual impairment with things like education via braille, canes, counseling, small things, not big things. And then I found myself embracing people that are living with physical disabilities, and I couldn't say no. I took them on board.
Wow.
And there I am. I'm a mother now for people that are living with disabilities as well.
Wow. Yes. Personal question. We're just coming from Christmas. It's a new year. What was Chiedza Sesu up to as an organization?
Right. So we launched Chiedza Sesu on the 30th. It's Murombezi, it's Motongerwa Hotel. Wow. That's all I can say.
Wow.
The launch was very successful. It wasn't anything that I was thinking about. But like I said, this is God inspired. So God gave breath to Chiedza Sesu, and we gifted people that are living with disabilities, with clashes, brand new clashes, and people that are with visual impairment, canes that they use to walk around. And we are yet to gift 4 people with wheelchairs. Wow. They are currently being put together.
That is great work that Chiedza Sesu is doing. So what are some of the life lessons you've learned from doing charity work?
There is need, a huge need. And Chiedza Sesu is not here to solve all the problems. But my belief is, if there were 10 of us, and we can make a difference to 1 or 2 people, this world will be a better place. So Chiedza Sesu is here just to bridge the gap. I acknowledge the president, Emerson Mnangagwa, saying that there is Sesu coming from Canada, bringing the ideas that she has learned from Canada to try and make them work in her own home country, in Zimbabwe. So this is my contribution to rebuilding Zimbabwe, and I'm here to make a difference. Like I always say, 1 or 2 people. I am not saying I'm going to take upon all the issues that are there, but I think just assisting 1 or 2 people with their needs, this place will be a better place.
Wow. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years from now? I'm sure we see Chiedza Sesu coming to Harare.
I believe in empowering people, rather than people surviving on handouts, on donations every day. So we hope to empower as many as we can. Right now, we're currently restricting ourselves to Murombezi, because that's where I come from. That's my homeland. That's where Chiedza started from. We are restricted to Rimba district. And we hope to grow to other parts of the country if God allows us. As of now, I am saying in 5 years' time, I hope to have empowered enough people to be self-sustaining. We hope to fund them in doing projects. Already we have about 5 guys that have a black band and they are visually impaired. They said they wanted to start a project for poetry. So we are going to put funds together and hand it over to them and monitor them to see how their project is doing.
Wow, great work you're doing this, Sesu, and we look forward to bringing the band in someday, you know.
It's called the Kasukwele Band. They even played at the launch.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the launch was great.
So I'm sure we'll book them in one day.
Yes.
So any last words to our viewers who are watching right now?
I'm going to say to my fellow Zimbabweans, this initiative is not for Sesu alone. It's for each one of us, because we all Zimbabweans, we all belong here. So if we take it upon ourselves that we spare $1 and assist a person that is in need, this world will be a better place. So it's not my initiative alone, it's our initiative. Let's all embark on it and let's encourage each other to rebuild Zimbabwe.
Thank you, Sesu. Cherry.